is NTTV Nightly News.
OpenAI is shutting down Sora just months after it launched. We'll explain why.
If you're experiencing signs of academic anxiety, we'll show you how to get help.
And Texas is set to ban a wide variety of THCA products. I'll explain how that'll impact multiple local businesses.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on NTTV Nightly News. I'm Julianne Wynn.
And I'm Isabel Smith. The way we use social media could change soon thanks to a pair of bombshell legal rulings.
One of the world's biggest tech companies just got hit with some devastating decisions in court. NTTV's Alex Martinez is here to break it all down for us. Alex?
Thanks, Julianne. That's right. A social media giant just took a pair of massive hits thanks to court decisions in 2 states. Today, in California, a jury ruled in favor of a woman who says Meta and YouTube's algorithms caused her to develop mental health issues like anxiety, body dysmorphia, and even suicidal thoughts. The court ruling says both companies must pay $3 million. Meta will be responsible for 70% of that payout. This ruling could help other cases that are currently stuck in courts. A similar ruling came down yesterday in a separate case out in New Mexico. Meta was also found liable for failing to warn its users about the risk of using the platform and for not protecting children from online predators. A jury ruled that Meta must pay $375 million in damages. Meta said it disagrees with both rulings and it is expected to appeal both of them. NTTV will continue to follow both. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Alex. Well, there have certainly been some tough decisions. This one is economic. OpenAI has decided to dump its video app because of a lack of profit. Sora, the artificial intelligence video generation app, is shutting down. This app launched last year as a creative tool for social media users. OpenAI says its decision to terminate the app was made to focus on other priorities and was a necessary trade-off to support its business. This past December, Disney signed a deal with OpenAI that would allow its characters to be a part of the AI videos on Sora. In a statement, Disney says that they will respect their decision and will find a new way to engage with AI platforms.
Well, with AI using less water, it should hopefully be cooler outside, right?
I sure hope so. Actually, our weather anchor, Emily Rice, can tell us how the rest of the day will feel. Emily?
Thanks, ladies. I have some unfortunate news about the temperatures right now. Current conditions are showing temperatures at 85 degrees with a slight increase thanks to our 15-mile-per-hour winds. Tonight we can expect a drop in temperature only to 73 degrees, but we have some clear skies and nice 10-mile-per-hour winds. Tomorrow we'll expect that same exact temperature of 85 degrees with a whopping 19-mile-per-hour wind speed, again slightly increasing the temperature. It's getting hot out here. Come back for my full forecast so that I can tell you how hot it's actually going to be. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Emily. UNT is going underground. Well, sort of. Elon Musk is interested in drilling an underground tunnel that will connect the UNT Dallas DART station to a new multi-million-dollar development in South Dallas. This is one of 3 planned locations for new underground tunnels. The idea is to provide high-speed electric vehicles to shuttle passengers underground between the 2 locations, bypassing all of the above-ground traffic. One of these high-speed tunnels is already in operation in Las Vegas. It's the only one Musk has built. The other 2 cities under consideration are Baltimore and New Orleans. The Dallas project isn't a done deal just yet. The Dallas City Council says there are still feasibility and safety studies that need to be completed if the city gets the nod from Musk.
Before Dallas gets a multi-million-dollar tunnel, the city will have to spend millions on security for the upcoming FIFA World Cup. The Dallas Police Department was rewarded $51 million in federal funding for security efforts, and Chief David Como plans to use those funds to ensure the safety of thousands of visitors from all over the globe coming to Dallas for this year's World Cup. Most of the funds will provide staffing and new high-tech equipment, including security cameras, anti-ramming barricades, and mitigating drones. While the specific security operations are still unknown, Deputy Chief Tina Schultz confirms that the department will appropriately be staffed to provide the safest game possible.
The World Cup isn't the only thing on the mind of law enforcement here in Texas. Changes are coming soon that will target a popular alternative to marijuana. NTTV's Ian Cropper is live to explain. Ian?
Thanks, guys. While recreational marijuana has been illegal in Texas since 1931, a definitional change in 2019 has allowed Texans to purchase hemp, a popular alternative. But that's changing on March 31st, with state regulators using new guidelines to put pressure on dispensaries. While normal marijuana gets you high through a chemical called THC, hemp is legally defined as having a THC content of less than 0.3%. So instead, it uses a chemical called THCA, which is converted to THC when smoked. That's what state regulators are targeting. This regulatory change spares hemp-infused drinks and edibles, but it bans smokable hemp outright, implements packaging requirements and a purchasing age of 21, and substantially raises fees on growers and sellers. The licensing fee for manufacturers is going from $258 to $10,000, and the retail registration fee for dispensaries is going from $155 to $5,000. Governor Abbott and other state officials have claimed these moves are meant to protect children and consumers from potentially harmful drugs, but hemp industry leaders disagree. They welcome the packaging and age requirement changes, but argue that the massive fee increases are meant not to make Texans safer, but to force legal dispensaries out of business. They warn that excessive regulations could move the hemp market underground, which would ultimately harm public safety. Now, while selling smokable hemp will become illegal on March 31st, owning and consuming it won't be. However, if you're planning to use these drugs, make sure to be responsible. If you or someone you know is suffering from a drug-related emergency, you can contact Texas Poison Control at 1-800-222-1222. From NTTV News, I'm Ian Cropper. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Ian. When we come back, the war in Iran continues to rage on and how U.S. is escalating the conflict.
And here at UNT, the Student Government Association's presidential election is almost here. We'll tell you more from the candidates.
Property Brothers have won!
It's a jibber jabber. Yes, jibber jabber.
Jibber Jabber is a man on the street NTTV show for Instagram that's in its 7th season. With 2 hosts, 1 comfy chair, and a Would You Do Something bowl.
Pretty much the gist of our show is that we're going to be inviting UNT students, all of our lovely family over, and we're going to be talking to them. And when we run out of things to say, we're going to ask them,
would you do something?
I think we're ready to do something.
Yeah.
Fortnite son or Minecraft daughter?
Welcome back to Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas.
Color the world with peace and joy.
Tell me, Diva, what's the tea?
My Nisha drag is dumb.
The spirits have guided you to me.
I warned them that this was dangerous, but did they listen? No!
I've been having these dreams.
Welcome in.
This is part of the process, Eric. I only want what is best for you.
You want me to go on and on with the program until there's nothing left of me.
We are one now. Our goals are the same.
No, they're not.
As the war with Iran continues, hundreds of U.S. troops are expected to deploy to the Middle East in the upcoming days. President Trump has hinted a deal to end the war is coming, but Iranian leaders say they anticipate a different outcome. Leah Waldman has the latest.
Airstrikes continue in the Middle East. A residential area in Tehran was hit, according to the Iranian Red Crescent. In central Israel, at least 9 people were hurt after an Iranian missile launch, emergency officials said. In the coming days, approximately 1,000 soldiers with the Army's 82nd Airborne Division are expected to deploy to the Middle East, according to 2 sources familiar with the matter. One of the sources said the brigade will be prepared to be called upon if needed.
They're serious about conducting some kind of a ground operation in Iran. Why else would you be sending the immediate ready brigade from the 82nd Airborne?
I would not support troops going into Iran, period. No ifs, ands, or buts, but I also want to be clear that this administration, at least in talks with us, has not voiced that they want that either.
This comes as President Donald Trump says the U.S. is winning this war and is close to ending it.
I can tell you they'd like to make a deal. And who wouldn't if you were there?
The U.S. has shared a 15-point list of expectations with Iran via Pakistan, 2 regional sources told CNN, who added that among the points included are limits on Tehran's defense capability, a cessation of support for proxies, and an acknowledgement of Israel's right to exist. However, Iran's semi-official news agency Fars is reporting Iran will not accept a ceasefire and believes it would not be logical for it to enter talks with the United States, citing a source with knowledge of the diplomatic activity. I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
Tonight, UNT students are getting to hear from the candidates running to lead our student government in the spring election. NTTV's Marguerite Calkins is live outside Sage Hall where this is happening right now. Marguerite?
Thanks, Isabel. The students here at UNT are getting a closer look at their future leadership. The Student Government Association is hosting presidential and vice presidential debates tonight. Candidates are getting the chance to lay out their plans and connect directly with the students. The 2 candidates for president are Darius Smith and Durana Avila. Smith is running on a platform of unity and student belonging, while Avila wants to elevate student voices through action and engagement. Smith's running mate Esther Olumuyiwa will debate fellow vice presidential candidate Devin Fairs this evening. The debates began just a few minutes ago and they're scheduled to go on until 8:30 tonight. Monday is when voting opens, March 30th, and later in the week, the winners will be announced. With NTTV Nightly News, I'm Marguerite Calkins. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Marguerite. You know, when I was walking to the studio, let me tell you, the sun was not messing around. It was so hot.
I know, right? It's like we completely skipped spring. But our weather anchor, Emily Rice, is back to tell us if this heat wave will continue into the weekend. Emily?
Thanks, Julianne. When I said I was excited for summer to come, I don't think I was expecting it this early. Across North Texas, we can see the temperatures ranging from the high 80s all the way to the mid 80s, with our highest being over here in Graham at 88 and Bowie hitting 86. Across the state, we can see a similar pattern of our higher temperatures being over here to the west with a 95 at El Paso and Amarillo hitting a 97. Into the rest of the week, we will see that same pattern of us hitting the 80s until we hit the weekend, where we'll get a nice break with our highs being 65 and 63 on Friday and Saturday with nice clouds, but then it'll spike back up on Monday. That being said, most areas in the United States are experiencing record temperatures this spring. Forecasters say certain areas could get up to 20 to 40 degrees hotter than usual. Some western communities facing the brunt of this extreme heat increase are undergoing water supply shortages and a risk of wildfires setting ablaze. Keep an eye out on your local forecast, follow heat protocols, and make sure to stay indoors and safe from the heat. That's all from me. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Emily. The rate of homelessness has increased dramatically from 2022, going from less than 200 to nearly 700 in just 6 years. Services like United Way, Our Daily Bread, and The Serve Denton Center all serve the unhoused, but there's a caveat. You need a government identification to use these services, something many people who are unhoused don't have. Our Daily Bread will help unhoused people get those documents, but there is a long waiting list. It's important for communities to rally around each other, something Heather Hoskins found important.
It's just really important to look out for your community, and your community is not just your friends and your neighbors, it's your unhoused community, it's your animals.
And one of the key issues for people in difficult circumstances is healthcare. Here on the UNT campus, one group of students is trying to change that. NTTV's Jaden Crumpton has more.
Of all the organizations at UNT, service-based groups may be the most fulfilling for members. Hearts for the Homeless Dallas, the UNT chapter of a larger organization, has been busy making a difference in the community, offering EKG, blood pressure, and blood sugar screenings at no cost to those less fortunate in the DFW area.
Since I first saw the table initially, I knew I was hooked, because providing something that's so important to someone's health that is just not accessible is very important to me and honestly to the community.
Only 7% of homeless individuals have a primary care physician, making organizations like Hearts for the Homeless extremely important.
Heart health is a very important thing. Many people in the U.S. struggle with high blood pressure mostly, but low blood pressure can also be an issue. And just being able to have access to resources that can help you learn how to manage it.
Groups like this shine a light on the power of community support and how impactful volunteering can really be.
Like, this is, our community, and it's very important to be able to provide awareness for these things that, that me and you, we might take for granted on a day-to-day basis.
Hearts for the Homeless will have their next meeting on April 20th.
You just want to make a difference in your community. This is a good club to join.
Reporting for North Texas Television, I'm Jaden Crumpton.
As the end of the semester approaches, finals can be stressful. When we come back, we'll give you advice on how to handle it.
And how today is a very special Wednesday for waffles.
I'm so tired. I feel ugly. I'm not okay. I didn't know UNT had counseling services. Maybe I should check it out. This looks like the place.
Good evening, my name is Amanda Hasbell, and I'm joining you here today in the Union Parking Garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my god, this girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay?
Did you see that lady hit me with a car?
Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my god.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our Mean Green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
Welcome back. With the semester quickly coming to an end, we tend to get anxious about papers, projects, and exams. Yadira Ovaye has more on academic anxiety. Yadira?
Thanks, Julianne. Students are always having academic anxiety, but we don't recognize it because we are unaware of the signs. Mandy Gaither, CNN reporter, has more.
School's still in session, but summer break is on the horizon, and as students begin to wrap up the semester, it can feel a bit overwhelming.
Academic anxiety, test anxiety are all really common. And a lot of times kids experience it and immediately think something's wrong with them.
Jody Baumstein with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta says anxiety is normal, but it may look different in a child or teen. Some signs may include being excessively focused on school to where they're no longer taking part in activities they used to love, withdrawing from others, having anxious thoughts before a test, being fidgety, tearful, or having difficulty focusing.
You might also notice that they're studying so much, but that's not bringing the anxiety down because it's really not about how much they're studying, it's about their mindset around it.
Baumstein says parents can help by normalizing nervousness. Everyone feels anxious at times, but it's usually temporary. And take the pressure off. Let them know one grade or one project doesn't define them, that it's their effort that makes you proud, not the outcome. And remind them that your love isn't dependent on how well they did on a test. Finally, Baumstein says to help them learn this is a problem they can solve because she says learning to get through it, not around it, will stick with them.
Whether it's a test now or a job interview in the future, they're going to need to know how to navigate these big feelings.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now, I know I struggle a ton with academic anxiety, but I am just now becoming aware that others go through this as well. So again, the school year is quickly coming to an end, and as a reminder to you and me to not forget a project or a test grade does not define who you are. Keep doing your best. That's all I have. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Yadira. And one of those items that can cause a grad some economic concern is paying for the regalia of graduation, that cap and gown. Luckily, UNT offers free graduation gown rental through the Mean Green Gowns for Grads. These gowns are provided by the school and students who donated their used gowns after graduation. The program mainly looks to support first-generation DACA and low-income students. However, all UNT students are eligible to apply. Applications for the program opened on February 23rd and closed this week on Sunday, March 29th.
Today is International Waffle Day, but it's a special one as this waffle day falls on a Wednesday, making today Waffle Wednesday. This sweet breakfast treat and this holiday that's celebrated around the world started in Sweden. There's a lot of takes on waffles like the nostalgic Eggo or the classic Belgian. And then there's some more that you might not know about, such as the Hong Kong egg waffle or the Dutch cookie-like stroopwafel. And you can't forget a Swedish jam-filled waffle. So wherever or however you can get them, today is the day to do it. On another tasty note, the Major League Baseball has a lot going for it besides home runs. It has some great takes on some of your classic ballpark food to put some new flavor in this season. At Nationals Park, Washington, you can get a Capital Slugger, a Frank with half-smoked sausage, chili, and fried jalapenos and fried onions. At the Dodger Stadium, you can get your hands on some Cochinita Pibil bone marrow tacos. And to finish it all off, you can go to Chase Field in Arizona and get a salted caramel milkshake with Kit Kats and Cracker Jacks on top. All this food is making me hungry and making me really want to go to a baseball game and try them out.
Well, you're in luck. Grab your snacks, grab your food, because Rangers have opening day tomorrow. They are currently preparing for what could possibly be their first playoff berth since their championship season in 2023. I'll have more after the break.
evening. My name is Amanda Hasbell, and I'm joining you here today in the Union parking garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my God! Oh my God! This girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay?
Did you see that lady hit me with a car?
Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my God.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our mean green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
Aside from the slam dunks and game-winning shots, the NCAA men's basketball tournament is making headlines in viewership. During the opening week, the tournament averaged 10.1 million viewers through the first 2 rounds. The 2 rounds feature upsets from High Point beating Wisconsin and Iowa taking down #1 seeded Florida. On the women's side, out of many brackets that were filled out, only one remains. Out of 40 million entries, 8th grader Otto Schalamer, despite the 14-year-old having a perfect bracket, he claims he doesn't know anything about women's basketball. Otto is only 15 picks away from perfection, crowning Texas as the national champion April 5th. An almost perfect bracket is something I never came close to, so maybe I should get back into the game next year. The Texas Rangers starts tomorrow afternoon against the Philadelphia Phillies for opening day. Texas is coming off a disappointing 81-81 season, and the Rangers look to start their season on the right foot. Last year, they finished 3rd in the AL West Division and missed the playoffs for the 2nd straight season. Now that is a new year with new expectations. The Rangers are hoping to recreate their 2023 championship season. That's all I have for sports. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks so much, Jordan. Isabel, you have been a great friend to anchor with. You know that?
Aw, well, thank you so much, Julianne. You too. It's so nice to make a new friend every once in a while.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what has me in this warm, fuzzy mood. I'm not sure if you remember Punch the Monkey, but this little guy has made himself a new friend.
That's right, the monkey who went viral for carrying around another stuffed animal monkey. He used this stuffed animal as a comfort device after being abandoned by his mother and pushed around by his enclosure mates.
Well, now the Ichikawa City Zoo in Japan has confirmed that he's been holding another macaw monkey named Mo, so Punch can finally stop fighting to make friends.
Well, now that you said that, maybe I could give up a few of my stuffed animals.
As long as none of them are shaped like me, you could keep them.
Thanks for watching NTTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.